After weeks of secrecy, the Hytale team has broken their silence and made a big promise. But will words translate into actions, or will fans be left holding the bag once again? Hello folks, my name is Kodiak and this is the Weekly Wrap. Now, it's safe to say I'm one of the more critical voices in the Hytale community, especially when it comes to sharing information about the game. But I'll put that aside for this week because Noxy finally stepped out of the shadows and made it clear to the community that something was coming. And this time, there was a specific time attached to it. Noxy, replying to a Twitter poll, confirmed that a blog post would be dropping next week, saying, quote, "Next week, I have a source." For anyone confused about the source part of that tweet, it's meant to be a joke. He's the source. Sad to say, I saw some genuine confusion about that point, so I just wanted to clear it up. Of course, the source could also be Simon, but it's clear he's relatively hands-off, at least publicly, when it comes to Hytale. So we're getting a blog post next week. That's a big deal, but I want to talk about something else first before we discuss what could possibly be in the blog post. And that's a response Noxy made on a Reddit post on Wednesday, the 20th. Noxy replied to the post by saying, quote, "Taking our time when we said we'd be more communicative is really not okay though when it comes to the topic of relaying info. It's been super shitty on us." He continues saying, "We made that promise and then a whole load of crazy and unexpected circumstances got in the way. We've been untangling those ever since. The next blog posts are going to address a lot and give some insight into what we've been up to." Jumping ahead in the post, he continues, "There's some answers coming up in the not-so-distant future. Not all are going to be great / what people want to hear. Everyone wants to hear that the game is coming out basically tomorrow, which isn't the case. It will at least, however, provide more clarity. Part of our mistake here is that we wanted to wait until we had certainty for our next communication, and then that certainty took us much longer to achieve, resulting in us being far too silent for far too long. Some of the upcoming topics we discuss will address this directly and in more detail." I think I can speak for the majority of the community when I say that this is welcome news, but again, I have to point out how bizarre even this communication is. A relatively deep and meaningful reply on a subreddit thread wishing Noxy a happy birthday. Again, and I hate to be a broken record here, but this unconventional communication is going to be a problem down the line. Unless you're entrenched in the Hytale Info subreddit, you'll most likely have missed this update, and that means droves of players are left in the dark. What the message does address is the concerns that many of us have had over the past months that something is going on behind the scenes at Hypixel, and it looks like we'll get those answers in the next series of blog posts. This is probably as good a time as ever to let you know that the Game Gurus will be hosting a Hytale Roundtable the same day as the blog post, just a little bit later. Our goal is to make it a live stream so we can interact with you guys, the community, about what's going on. But of course, that's subject to change, so make sure to join the Discord so you don't miss out on any announcements. So a blog post is coming, and while there are plenty of pie-in-the-sky ideas out there about what to expect, I think it's best to ground ourselves in reality. What makes the most sense based on Noxy's post is that the team addresses the community's biggest concerns, a lack of communication and content. I think both will be front and center or a central theme for at least the next post or two. It also makes sense that the team discusses their 2020 goals and ambitions. It's pretty clear at this point that Hytale won't be releasing or announcing a beta for 2019. But with 2020 right around the corner, it's a good time for the team to recalibrate and share their roadmap with fans. Of course, it's also entirely possible that we get some Hytale content to talk about. While I'm doubtful we'll see anything related to major systems, that would make the most impact in the community. A post discussing combat, crafting, or questing would be largely popular, but it may not be the most realistic expectation. What is a bit more realistic is a blog post about Zone 2, a faction deep dive, or even some Zone 1 backstory and lore. It's really hard to put my finger on what's next because the possibilities are pretty endless. It's just a matter of what the team feels comfortable discussing. And as with every blog post, as soon as we see new content, we'll compile the important information and post a new video to the channel. As with most Hytale Weekly Wrap videos, I wanted to take a minute to showcase some incredible artwork from around the community. I've missed a few weeks, and in that time, we have seen some amazing artists share their work. This week, I have to start with Dairy Panda, whose interpretation of Gaia completely blew me away. In Panda's art, you can see Gaia creating the world of Orbis, and again, the visual is just stunning. This is the first time we've featured Dairy Panda on the Weekly Wrap, but I'm looking forward to following the artist's career in the future. Another new face to the channel, Ezekiel, or 3Z3Z, caught my eye with his reimagination of a Farron merchant and his staff. The style is a bit more realistic and much grittier than most Hytale fan art we see, and that's what really drew me to the piece. It's almost like Hollow Knight meets Hytale with just a splash of Diablo thrown in. The next piece of art comes to us from Thick Paste, who used Craft Studio to create two concept weapons, the Gold War Axe and the Gold Greatsword. What I love about these posts is that they're fully realized. You get 3 angles of each weapon plus the background visual and logo all tied together nicely to create a clean presentation for the viewer. I love seeing this level of thought and detail go into a post like this, and I'm excited to see what other weapons High Tavern looks to develop in the future. Finally, we had to end with Fire's birthday cake post to Noxy. Leave it to one of the hardest working artists in the community to take some time out of his schedule to make Noxy a virtual cake. Well done, Fire, and happy birthday to Noxy, who marked his birthday by responding to ravenous Hytale fans. What a way to spend the day. And that does it for this week's episode of the Hytale Weekly Wrap. Remember to like and subscribe to the Game Gurus if you want more Hytale videos in your feed. And don't forget to join us on Discord if you want to know every time a video drops or the team goes live. Finally, remember to tag us in any interesting Hytale post you see. There's always a chance it'll end up on the wrap. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at the Game Gurus, thanks for watching, and play on.
Thanks for checking out the video. If you want to learn more about the game or just want to be part of an incredible video game community, join the Game Gurus on Discord. Be the first to know what's going on with the channel and interact with me and the rest of the team on a daily basis. To join, check out the link below.